Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Port Show right here on Smash FM here on a Saturday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends over in Queensland in particular and speak with the Burleigh Bombers Junior Football Club in particular, and especially for the under-15 girls. I think it was a couple of weeks ago now that they just won their Premiership there, of course, down there on the Gold Coast. And, of course, we've got three very special guests joining us right now from the Bombers team to tell us all about it. Thanks all three for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, I'll get each of you to introduce yourselves and tell us what position all three you played on grand final day.
I'm Nayali Milne, and I played forward and back, but yeah.
I'm Jasmine Single, and I played mid and forward.
I'm Stormy Hall-Putton, and I played back.
A bit about the day itself. Tell us, what was it like playing on grand final day?
It was very nerve-wracking. Our team was extremely nervous because the team we're up against was very hard, and
they were like one of the best teams.
Yeah. But we ended up pushing through it, and we won.
Now, was there any point in that game that you just, you were comfortable with the lead and you got a chance to just enjoy it?
No.
It was a really close game. At halftime, I think they were beating us by a couple of goals.
Yeah. At halftime, we had this massive pep talk because we were all sort of very quiet and we weren't really playing our game of AFL. So when we had this massive pep talk from all the parents and our coach, we finally stepped up and we played much better.
Yeah.
Now, you all mentioned that your team got behind in that game at halftime. What was the message by your coach at halftime to spur the comeback?
Well, he said if we didn't play better, he'd make us do 400s at the next training session.
Now, how good was it when the final siren went and your team was ahead on the scoreboard?
It was
felt amazing.
Yeah, we all jumped on a dog pile and was so excited.
Yeah.
Was it more relief or celebration when the siren went?
Yeah, definitely both.
Yeah, we were just happy that we got on top at that time, and we were just happy we won at that moment. So, yeah.
Now, tell us a bit about the season itself. Was there a particular game throughout the season that really turned it all around?
Not really, because most of our games we smashed through, but then there was one game versus Tweed and it was a really close game.
It's like 5 points.
Yeah, it was so close, but we pulled through in the end, just like the grand final, and won.
How special is to be part of this team, and tell us a bit about the shortened season?
Well, this season was definitely very different compared to last year and the year before, as COVID hit and everything. But
so we had to design our own training sessions that fit our needs, and a lot of the time we'd have to train individually or with a family member, which was a lot different than being with your team throughout the whole season.
Yeah, and it was much better when we were with the team, as we had more motivation and we could actually enjoy training with all our teammates.
How good was it to at least get a season, and were you optimistic that we're going to get a season back in March?
Yeah, we were hoping that we were going to get it through. We were somewhat scared that we weren't going to be able to play, but when it happened, we were all very happy.
And it was the motivation of having a season that kept us training really hard and stuff for the rest of the season.
Now, be very careful how you answer my next question. Tell us a bit about your Premiership coaches.
Well, his name is Sam Chalaki, and he's a great coach. He can be a bit harsh on us, but that's good for us because we'll get more fit. And he's really funny sometimes. But he's a pretty good coach.
I I think he would have found it hard to deal with all under 15 girls
Yeah.
with us nagging him all the time. So
Let's just
I'm
say we're a
pretty
bit
proud of him.
annoying.
Yeah.
Anytime we did anything wrong, we'd have to run a 400. So we'll try our best at training.
Yeah.
How many times had that happened this year?
Oh,
Yeah,
well
like
over
every
20,
training
yeah.
session.
Like every training session of 400.
Maybe even twice.
Yeah, we also were lucky enough to train with the Bond University women, and we had Crystal Scott as our coach for like our Wednesday sessions where we like focused on skills, and I think that improved us a lot in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our like skills for AFL, so just kicking and handballing and all that, got much better, and our execution in the games became a lot better. So we were much cleaner while playing.
Yeah, compared to like our first game, we were getting a lot of forward entries, but not exactly kicking goals. But then near the end, we were a lot better thanks to that training.
Now, you just mentioned about that. And of course, we actually had a chance to interview Crystal Scott a couple of weeks ago, and obviously with her Bond Uni teammates. Tell us what did that mean to you to be to have special guests like Crystal, and especially to train with the Bond Uni women's football team who had a fantastic season. They finished on top of the ladder in the Quaffle W competition. Tell us how special is and of course, I'm assuming training alongside a lot of AFLW players.
It was a very good experience. We got to like train with some Suns people, and all their coaches were so supportive and like really wanted to help us as players become better.
Yeah.
Which was really helpful.
Yeah, it really motivated us to follow their pathway, and we want to like play for Bond in the future, and definitely our big goal, Suns.
Yeah.
Now, let's just go back to the grand final for a moment. Now, of course, I guess you've had a very special guest at the presentations afterwards. Of course, 2 Gold Coast Suns players. Tell us how special was that to be presented with the medal and, of course, the Premier's cap and trophy by the Gold Coast Suns girls.
It was really nice. Like, it was so amazing how they could come and support us when we were playing as just kids. So it was really special that Jazz's sister was also there. So she just made the Suns. So big congrats to her.
I know that you all had a team photo with them. I guess, did you, get a chat with them? And you must have tell us the 2 players that came down.
Yeah, we love talking with them. They're just like our footy mates, basically, because they're so easy to get along with. And we've known Lucy for a while because we play a couple sports with her. But yeah, she's really nice and just like Jazz.
Now, Jazz, I believe you got a personal award yourself. Funny enough, of course, being presented by your sister on that one. Now, tell us, how special was that and what did that mean to you?
Yeah, it was really like amazing to get that and really unexpected. I didn't think I was going to get it at all. And yeah, just, I guess it gave me more motivation to just keep going and like keep doing what I love. And it was amazing to be presented by my sister and everything. It was like a dream come true.
Now, I have to ask, how good was it to hold the Premiership Cup, and who was the first one to hold it?
I think it got passed to me, but then I passed it down to Josie, our captain, to hold it. Yeah, but it was pretty good. It was, I've never held one of them before, but
It's like what we were working towards, just
Yeah.
getting that trophy.
Now, I can see one of you wearing your Premiership medal around your necks. Sorry, no, there's another one. Now, the question I want to ask all of you is, firstly, how long did you wear your medals around your necks for? And did any of you sleep with it?
I think we wore it the whole night. We had like a little gathering at the end to celebrate our our winnings and our victory. I think probably Josie would have slept with it. She was really excited and so grateful that we won. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a crazy bus ride home with all the girls. Just everyone was so excited. It was so loud.
And we were singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
And our bus was decked out by our captains, and it was very cool. It was like all Burleigh themed.
Yeah,
as well.
decorated with all our colours.
Yeah.
I guess, did all you get a chance to have a photo with the Premiership Cup? And I guess how good is it? Has the Premiership sunk in yet?
No, it feels like, well, I guess it's kind of weird how we didn't have like a finals leader. Like it was just our pool and like all our games, and then it just went to the grand final. It just didn't feel like it happened. So
Just went so quickly.
yeah.
Yeah. It still doesn't really feel real. It almost feels like we just started the like finals lead up. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Now, how did all three get involved in footy, and why did you choose it?
Well, I started in year 6, and I was actually forced by my dad to join the school team. But I wasn't expecting to like it, but I just fell in love with AFL.
I started in grade 8 after being selected for the South Coast team. I just tried out because, yeah, I thought I didn't expect to get it, just wanted like a day off school. But yeah, and then turned out really fun and started loving it from there, and then joined the club. And
Yeah. Well, I grew up with like lots of brothers, so they played lots of like ball sports, and my dad's a really big footy fan, so he got me started. I actually started when Niali started, because that's when we became best friends. And yeah, they just like pushed me, and now we're here.
Now, I know this is going to be the silliest question I'm going to ask. What would be a football highlight for all three of you?
Definitely winning the grand final.
Yeah.
That was the biggest highlight of our
yeah,
season.
definitely.
It was just an amazing night and like game and everything.
Yeah, it finally felt like we played our game of footy.
Yeah.
Like when after the first half, we were winning and we were doing the best we could, and that's all we could hope for.
Yeah, after our big pep talk, we went on out the field and played like Burleigh, not Tweed.
Yeah, that's definitely great.
Great
Environment,
experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I have to ask about that. Now, but obviously the grand final was an all Gold Coast affair, especially south of the Gold Coast. Is that the team that you love to beat the most down there on the border?
Yeah, Tweed was probably our biggest competitor, and it was always good to beat them. But Broadbeach was also very high up there, and they were both very tough competitors. But we had many mutual friends throughout those teams, so it was also good to beat our friends. But yeah,
It's pretty good.
Now, all three of you mentioned right at the start what position you all played on grand final day. If you had a preferred position where you love to convince your coaches to put you, where would that be?
well, so all season I've been put back as fullback, and I don't mind it, but I'd rather be kicking goals. So when I got put forward in the grand final, I really just want to show Sam that I could do it, and I think I showed him.
Yeah, Niali kicked this greatest goal I've ever seen. She ran, bounced it, kicks like, I don't know, probably like 25 meters, gets it straight through the goals. And that's, I think, when our team started picking up and going hard from there on. Oh yeah, and I prefer playing in the mid, and yeah, mostly got to play there, so that's good.
Yeah, Jazz is one of our key centers. She just gets the ball and runs, and she's always getting our clearances out, and we definitely need her there.
Yeah. I think I would rather play wing. There's just like, it's more on ball and not so much. It's like there's more kicking and more space and not as like crowded.
Now, because Jazz just mentioned before about the best goal that she's seen in that grand final. So the person I want to ask is this. I guess tell us a bit about the goal.
Well, this goal, I was playing centre half forward at the time, but the ball was coming out of the back line and it sort of just made its way up to the centre and no one was really marking me. So as soon as I got the ball, everyone was like saying, just run, just run. So I took like 3 bounces and no one from forward was coming up at me to come and tackle me. So I just took it all the way.
Now, of course, what does the sport of football mean to all three of you, and especially playing there at Burleigh?
I just feel like Burleigh has a really family feel. Like we all feel like we're part of this massive family and we're all just friends there. So we find a lot of enjoyment playing AFL, and even when it gets tough and hard, we just help each other and support each other, and that's how we make it through.
Yeah, it's like a great atmosphere and we all love playing with each other. We know each other from school and we've known each other for a while, been playing since like under 13, some even under 11 with the boys. But yeah, it's a really great feeling and everyone knows each other, so it's great.
I think it's definitely something we're going to want to do for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, into women's and stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll all be playing in a team together again.
Yeah.
Now, just following on from that response, what is both or three your future goals in the sport of footy?
Definitely to make the Suns. That would be our biggest achievement.
That's definitely all of ours.
Yeah, and playing together.
Yeah.
That would be really nice.
And definitely like Bond University if we could make the quaffle.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
That'd be.
Now, of course, I have to ask this one as well. Do you have a favourite AFLW player?
Definitely.
Lucy Single.
Yeah.
It's like so weird. We like knew her when she was younger and saw her grow up into this amazing football player. So it's really hard to believe that she's now playing with the Suns and that we could possibly be her one day.
So like she started from where we've been playing and it's just so like surreal that could be us one day.
Now, just following on from that, obviously she got drafted this year for the Gold Coast Suns. What did that mean to all three, knowing that all three have had some sort of friendship with her?
It was a great feeling. We were all so stoked for her and can't wait for what she's got in store.
Like we can't wait to watch her play in the Suns, and hopefully she plays her best. Like I know she will, but it's going to be amazing to see her play up there.
Like we'll be sitting on the sidelines and saying, "Oh, we know her. Like she's our friend." Yeah.
Or she's my sister.
It's definitely going to make us like know that that's the true goal that we want.
Now, of course, I have to ask this one. What have you learned this year in regards to footy?
Don't talk when Sam's talking. We've learned a lot about like techniques and kicking and tackling as well. Getting like holding the player better and not going for the player, go for the ball. So don't worry about the player, worry about the ball.
Yeah. And just like playing fast footy, like not always having to take the mark and just stop, just like keep going fast and hard into the forward line.
Yeah, and our teams, most of our players, we had about 6 or 7 people out from injuries. So we definitely learned about injury prevention and like how to not get injured and how to treat it if we did. So I guess we've become better players and through that as well.
Yeah, and we definitely learned how to do like a really good warm-up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, be careful to answer my next question, which is tell us how special has your parents and your family been to take you here, there and everywhere?
Well, yeah.
Definitely the number one supporters.
Yeah, they're all really supportive of us playing AFL. And I think they just want to see us become better as players and do what we want to do.
Yeah, they've been there since the start, watching us in every game since we were 11 or something, watching us shank the kicks and stuff to now Niallie's amazing kicks she can do now. So yeah, they've been great.
Now, what would be your advice to our listeners on the Gold Coast that should get down to Burleigh and have a go in the sport of footy?
I reckon everyone should get involved into what they want to do. Like, you just got to do what you love. And yeah, if you come and try team sports, it's like definitely a different feel to playing by yourself. Like, you so much support is around you, and you play so much better when you're all motivated by your friends and your mates all playing with you.
You basically just feel like a family, like a second nature and stuff.
And of course, for anyone out there with no idea where Burleigh's home ground is, whereabouts is it?
Near Christine Ave, let's say that.
Of course, now let's finish up with a couple of lighthearted questions as well. Now, the first question I'm going to ask is, I'm assuming, I guess you have brothers and sisters that play the sport.
Yeah.
If so, who's the better footballer?
I'd say I'm better than my brother. Like, I know he's just starting and he has other passions, so I think I'm better.
My sister's definitely better.
Well, my brothers don't actually play AFL, but I'd definitely say I'm better than them. Not that they think so, but I reckon I can beat them in a kicking challenge.
Now, who had the most embarrassing moments on the field this season, and what was it? Oh,
I've had a couple of embarrassing moments. Like, I've been dacked multiple times while we're playing, but lucky I have bike pants on. And I've shanked so many goals as being a forward, like just 5 meters out, and it'll just come off the side of my boot. So yeah.
Who's the comedian in the team?
Definitely think Piper, our
100%.
co-captain.
Yeah.
She just makes everything more funny and just makes it more enjoyable to play. Like, when things get serious, she just decides to crack a joke. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not needed, but
Yeah. And
she's always there.
most of the time, she's the one who makes us run 400s, but
She just keeps talking.
But definitely before games helps us get rid of all our nerves
yeah.
when someone's there like making a joke.
Yeah.
Now, I know this is social media thing called TikTok. So the question I'm going to ask all three of you is, who's the best singer and dancer in the team?
Probably our captain Josie,
Yeah.
I'd say.
But yeah, our whole team,
Yeah.
well, practically our whole team does all TikTok dances together, and they make a pretty good dance team.
Yeah, Sam had to make a rule that there's no TikToks before the game because we get so distracted from it.
So just following on from that, did any of you do like a TikTok dance after you won the Premiership?
Well, we didn't, but knowing our captains, they
Sure
probably
they
did.
did, yeah.
Do any of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
Well, I have to eat a banana before the game or else I play really bad.
Yeah. Well, when I'm taking the bins out and stuff, if I don't get it in the bin on the first try, I feel like I'm not going to kick a goal. So depends on my accuracy.
Every time before my game, usually my mum drops me off, but my stepdad acts like we've already won the game and says, congratulations, and like says what he should say after the game once we've won. But yeah, that gets our hopes up, or mine at least.
Now, do you have like some pre-game tunes to hype the team up before a game? If so, who runs that playlist?
Piper and Josie mainly, they bring a massive speaker and just pump the jams through their car and when we get to the field in the change rooms and stuff. So
I'm sure the team next door wouldn't like it, but they can suck it up.
Now we'll finish up these last two questions. Now I know the AFL Grand Final is today, or tonight I should say, up there in Queensland. I guess what did that mean to all three to know that they used had the AFL Grand Final up there? And I believe the Premiership Cup even went to the Gold Coast just recently.
Pretty crazy because it's usually not in Queensland at all. So
It's good to know that we can finally host it, and
yeah.
like we're being recognised as an AFL supporting state, I guess. So it's pretty surreal.
Yeah, probably see most of our team there.
Yeah.
Now we'll finish with a two-part question. Now I have to ask, we mentioned about embarrassing moments and of course, about the team and all that. Now, is there any players on your team that just absolutely forgets everything?
Like Yoni, she always messages the group chat like after Sam said something and asks whether like what time the game on, and she's so unorganized.
She'll constantly bring the wrong colour shorts. for each
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and even then, on the field, she'll kick the wrong way. She
Yes.
doesn't know where we're going.
Oh. And we'll finish up this one last one. Now, I'm assuming all three have a favourite footy team in the AFL. Tell us, who are those footy teams?
Well, I definitely go for the Suns
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the local teams.
I think we're all the Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just know so many players from there in like women's and men's. So yeah.
Well, all three, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. From all of us here at Smash FM, we were cheering for you in that grand final. Even when you got behind at halftime in that game against Tweed, and it was fantastic to see your team win the premiership this year. Can't wait to hopefully come up to Queensland next year and hopefully get to watch all three play for Burleigh in 2021. And let's hope this time next year we'll be interviewing you again about another premiership.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.
No worries. And that's the Burleigh Bombers under 15 girls, of course, the Premiership footy team. Of course, you want to get down there to Burleigh, of course, one of the most beautiful places on the Gold Coast. Of course, make sure you get down there and get involved. We'll put all the details up on how you can go about getting involved there, down there at Burleigh. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away. Here on the Saturday edition.